Hey everyone, it is time for the weekly 5-3-6 show. So if you've been watching this long enough, you may already know what the 5, the 3, and the 6 is. But 5 is all about change and freedom. 3 is all about creativity and communication. 6 is all about health and education. That's what this show is all about. And this show, it would be a combination of my job as an Arbonne consultant to talk about health and wellness, as well as an astronumerologist to talk about the numerology and sometimes a few of the astrological things that are happening in the week ahead, right? So I'm gonna do a quick review from last week. Last week we talked a long time about walnut tacos, and I was gonna do it for Taco Tuesday since tax day last week was Taco Tuesday. I decided to hold on that because one of my big goals this year was to cook dinner with my son. This is his senior year, so I'm wrapping up the time that I get to do what I would call mommy things with him, as well as help him get ready for college. So I decided to save the walnut taco recipe until he was back from his spring break trip to Portugal. I love that he went to Portugal. He had a great time, and we made it today. So I already posted the video. But he actually made the walnut tacos, and I was excited for him because I told him, I said, if you have any vegan friends, you now know a recipe that you can use and make tacos out of, and he really liked them. So the first part, very simple recipe. The first part, you do need a food processor or a strong enough blender. We used the Ninja, the one that I use for my shakes. And we used only a cup. We cut the recipe in half because I knew we were going to use turkey meat as well, ground turkey. So a cup of walnuts, and then we used apple cider vinegar, coconut aminos, and other seasonings such as cumin, coriander, a little bit of chili seasoning, garlic seasoning, a little bit of cayenne because I like a little spice. Salt, pepper, those kinds of things. All of that went into the blender and ground up. We used the same spices. I didn't use the apple cider vinegar and the coconut aminos, but the same spices used in the turkey meat. And once the turkey meat was brown, I put them both together. The walnut meat and the turkey meat together, rubbed together. And then on the side, I asked my son, what do you want on the side? What do you want to put in these tacos? And we decided to do black beans and diced tomatoes, like Rotel diced tomatoes. And so we did black beans, diced tomatoes. And I did them as lettuce logs. Me and my husband had them as lettuce logs with avocado. It was lettuce, avocado, beans and tomatoes, and then the walnut turkey meat. That was one, I don't know, you want to call it a lettuce log or lettuce taco, whatever. And then my son, he had some tortillas. So I am always kind of trying to stick really close to the 30 days to healthy living diet, as in gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, all that kind of good stuff. I'm sticking close to that because my body really does feel good after making those changes. I was going to, but I am not currently doing a 30 days to healthy living right now. That's because after the cruise, I was sick, and I'm still trying to get over it. I still have a little cough, all that kind of stuff. And it was actually quite hard to do. I was trying to be Bionic Woman, but that was not going to work. So that's the tacos. The tacos are perfect. So we didn't have Taco Tuesday, but we did have family dinner, Taco Sunday all together, which, like I said, is a big goal of mine that we as a family cook together in my son's senior year. All right, so that was one thing. Second thing I want to talk about with Arbonne, I want to talk about Mother's Day, right? I want to talk about some Mother's Day gift ideas if you want some, have any other kind of stuff. So, Mother's Day gift ideas. I'm going to give you 4 of them. I want to start with a free one. So, I think you all know, you've probably seen me a few times. This lip oil, it comes in 3 colors. It has jojoba oil, coconut oil, other oils. And it comes, like I said, it comes in 3, strawberry, dragon fruit, and clear. This is it. I put it on right now. The lip oil. So this is free. This is one of the free gifts that you could get with a qualifying order. So let me talk to you about some ideas for qualifying orders when it comes for Mother's Day. So you can get your mom this for free with a qualifying order. Here's some ideas to get to a qualifying order. So right now we have some bundles that are all about mom. Moms care about gut health, right? Care about bloating, care about that gassy feeling, all that kind of stuff, bloating, gas, all that. So one of our bundles that we have right now is the Daily Gut and Energy Bundle. What you get in the Daily Gut and Energy Bundle is the Green Synergy. Green Synergy combines gut health, as in all the probiotics and prebiotics to get your gut right, the greens, the power greens, so your yellow greens, your green greens, your purples, your all the purple potatoes, all that kind of stuff. It has that, and it also has skin elixir with hyaluronic acid. I think if you've been watching this long enough, you know I kind of swear by this product. This is a combination of 3 different products all in one. And it's in a packet, so this is an example. This is the packet, and you have 1 packet a day, only 1 a day. I have my packet with one of my shakes. That's just how I prefer to have it. So one part of the Daily Gut Energy Bundle is this. The second part of the Daily Gut Energy Bundle is the actual energy. And so this, for example, is the tart cherry, which I don't remember if they're sold out of this one yet. But the tart cherry, so it has caffeine from green tea and guarana, and it's for a natural boost to your energy levels. So you're not cutting caffeine, you're just not getting it from coffee, but you're getting it from green tea. You love some green tea. And so it's vegan, it's gluten-free, all that kind of good stuff. And each one of these looks like this kind of a packet. Now, this one is, so this is cherry. This is raspberry. So the raspberry just came back in stock. So if you're interested, go ahead and get your raspberry on, right? So like I said, this is one bundle right here. It's already on the Arbonne site. I'll give you all a link, but this is one bundle. If you want to have that for Mother's Day, that's a good way to get close to your 150, if not right there. The other bundle we have right now is the Glow Up Bundle. The Glow Up Bundle contains the Glow Serum. So Glow Serum is with the vitamin C. Now I have mine. It doesn't look like this anymore. It's going to be in orange packaging. But the serum is if you can imagine, you can look at this one. It has the dropper and the serum comes out. It's pretty clear. I found that I do not need to use this serum every day. I have both the Derm Results Glow Serum, but then I also have the Derm Results, just the Advanced Serum. I don't have to use either one of them every day, and I don't use them together. I should say that as well. So this is just an example, but the one for Mother's Day is in a more golden orange packaging. And it also comes with the mask. So the Radiance Sheet Mask with niacinamide, it comes with that. And so it's all about having smooth and hydrated B5 vitamins to hydrate your skin. So this is one of those, you take it out of the package and put it on your face, the mask. And then the one product I don't have here to show you, I like to do show and tell, are the Radiance Peel Pads. I don't have any of those in front of me, but the Radiance Peel Pads. So all 3 of those products make up the Glow Up Bundle. So if you want your mom to have some nice skin for Mother's Day, and if mom wants to work on nice skin, that's the Glow Up Bundle. Okay, let me take a sip so I don't start coughing. Okay, so now let me talk about the makeup, because even I have on what I would say an evening face of makeup. And so some other items that mom might be interested in. So we have the skin tint. Even though this looks light, it goes on me and it just blends right in. So this is Arbonne Skin Tint. This one is sheer coverage. I also have the foundation right here. If you want something more, you can get, I actually mix these together. I mix the sheer tint and the foundation, and it gets like a browner color. And that's what I use when I want more coverage. I don't actually like a lot of coverage. I like it to look extremely natural. Just perfect, you know what I'm saying? And so this has hyaluronic acid, which is a smoothing skin peptide. The hyaluronic acid is also in the Green Synergy because Skin Elixir's in there with biotin, all that good stuff is in there. But hyaluronic acid, and it has antioxidants, vitamins for your skin. So that's what this is. I have this on right now. So like I said, ideas for Mother's Day. There are also, let me see which one I have on. Yep, I have on the Arbonne Speak Volumes Mascara. So if mom is looking for some mascara, and my mascara is in, well, I'm thinking it's in black. So I'm not sure. I love the way their mascara smells for some reason, but this is what their mascara looks like. This is Speak Volumes mascara. And I did the one where you did skin tint, foundation, and the mascara came free. All right, and here's one of the other mascaras. This is the Elevate mascara. And I really do like this one. This one has a little drama, a little vavoom to it. Can y'all see that? It has like a little shape difference to it. So that is the Elevate mascara. That's one of my favorites. But like I said, the one that I have on right now is the Speak Volumes. The other thing I have on, I like my brows to also look natural, but I do use a pencil. So if you're like, Mom wants a better pencil, okay, so Arbonne has a Shape Up pencil. And with the Shape Up pencil, one side is the write it on. I got one side is the Etch-a-Sketch. And the other side is to comb those brows out. Make the brows, do what they have to do. I comb before and after. I don't know what anybody else does, but I comb before and after just to make sure. And then this one is not on the site, but I'm sure they're going to bring it back. I have grown to love Arbonne's bronzer. I use it every time I have it on right now. I use Arbonne's bronzer every time. I wasn't a believer. Then I went online and saw bronzer for brown skin. And so I put it around here. I put it here. I put it around here. And I feel pretty good. I like the way the bronzer looks. It looks really natural. I already talked about the lip oil. I always have that on. But I also have a little bit of color. So if Mom wants some color, I have the Arbonne lip gloss on right now. And this one is it's glossed over lip gloss in Calla, like Calla Lily in Calla. And it's a nice, light pink color. I like pinks. So a nice little pink color. It's real natural. And that's what, like I said, I like natural colors. So if Mom likes natural, there are other colors if Mom wants more red or more brown or anything like that. But I like natural colors, so that's why I picked this one. I'm sorry, y'all, that I'm a little congested because these allergies are the way they are. But those are some ideas for Mother's Day. So like I said, I kind of went over a few things. You can, with a qualifying order, you can get lip oil for free. So that's for Mom, right? And then, like I said, there's the daily gut bundle. If Mom is tired of having gut issues and being bloated, this is for that. If Mom wants some resurfacing of the face, then we have the bundle that has the glow oil and the mask for Mom, right? And you can get all of them. You're not limited. Get all of them for Mama, right? Get all of them. And then if Mom wants a little bit of skincare plus makeup, we have our skin tint. And then, of course, we have all the other things there. So I just wanted to come on here and let you all know we have some things for Mother's Day. If you have some questions, if you want to know what color you should get for Mom, if you want to know any of those kinds of things, I can help you. I am your Arbonne consultant. I can help you figure those things out. I am here for you. Let me know what you want to know. Now, if you're like, I want to order right now. Well, shipping is free today. So today's a great day to order. So shipping is free for the holiday today. For Easter. So if you want to do that, let me know. I'll make sure you have all the links you need to get started. All right, so now let's get into this week, okay? So the week ahead. So the first part, I'm going to talk about the numerology of the week and things that are going forward. And then I'm going to talk about 3 things that I saw where I said, ooh, okay, let me give a little bit of some tips about these things. All right, so let's talk about the numerology of the week. For me, the week starts on Sunday, today. Get something to drink real fast. Numerology, starts on Sundays. And so today is the 20th. Happy 420 for those. So, and we count across 4 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5. So 4, 20, 20, 25. That is a 1-5, which equals a 6. A 6th day is a day where you assume responsibilities in home and community. You serve, you avoid arguments. Now, if I was doing this at the end of the day, which it is the end of the day, for me, I would be asking myself questions, and this would become a journal prompt. And it could be something such as, how did I assume responsibilities with joy? How did you assume responsibilities with joy? I talked earlier about Taco Tuesday happening on Sunday. It was also a promise for myself, but also responsibility as mom to make sure my son is able to get out in the world, make sure dinner is done, all those kinds of things. Those are, and I accepted that responsibility with great joy, and I loved working with my son to cook. So that's an example, and I would write all that down. That'd be part of my journal prompt. as I reflect on the day and reflect and release, right? So a healthy family dinner. After this, I have my last two temporary duty assignments while I'm in uniform that are coming up here in the next 2 weeks. So tonight I need to pack. I'm a late packer, so I have the responsibility to pack for this trip, and I fly out tomorrow. So I will do that with great joy while I watch something on TV. Tomorrow's the 21st, Monday the 21st, okay? So we count across again, 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, right? That is a 16. 1 plus 6 equals 7. So a 7-day is a good day to follow your hunches, rest, perfect what you started, concentrate. So I already think about, hey, what am I planning to do? So hopefully you've already thought about through your day tomorrow and maybe your week tomorrow. That's what I use numerology for. I use numerology to stay present. And so as I think through tomorrow, I know that I'm gonna be on a plane. And as far as resting, for me, resting includes writing. And so I'm going to make time probably on the plane to write. Or sometimes I actually allow myself to watch a movie on the plane, because sometimes I don't allow myself to do that. But I can rest so that I can be ready, because we're having a conference this week, so I can be ready to be my full self for this conference. So 7 days are always for me a welcome. That's also a great day to take a class, any of those kinds of things. Okay, now we get to the 22nd. Now there's a few numbers on the 22nd that are important. The fact that it's a 22 day. So a 22, I thought I had wrote about that one, about something else. So 22 is a master number, a master 2. So master of peaceful reception, but to build or to have a foundation or to set a foundation, right? So that's what a 22. 22 is all about diplomacy, international relations, government, politics, but in a positive way. Are you using those things as the master architect of peace? How are you building peace all around you? So that's Tuesday. Tuesday is the 22nd. But we don't just stop there. We would count all the way across 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5. Now, in multiple different kinds of numerology, some you go ahead and you count 2 plus 2. Others, you don't. You keep it as the 22 and then you count all the other numbers. I did both, but so for 22 plus 1, 3, now plus 1, 3, because it'd be the 4 plus 9, I would go ahead and make that just 22 plus 4, okay? So that's a 26. The highest vibration of the day is 26, which equals an 8. 8 is all about signing big contracts, using tact and good judgment, investing in securities if you're into investments. So on that day, I know that my team, we will be in an operational planning team. I will make sure, and I'm thinking about how will I use tact and good judgment in my dealings with others, right? Like I think ahead to that. I think ahead and I set intentions for that day, intentions for the week, using some of these things. And I think about who's going to be in the room. And I'm ready, I'm poised for all the things that may come. Those are very important to me, to be ready at all times. Even though I don't know everything, but I want to be ready for it. The next day is the 23rd. So once again, count it across, 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5. That is an 18, 1 plus 8 equals 9. 9 is all about selflessness, expressing talents, promoting love, and brotherhood. Once again, I'm in an operational planning team on this day, and I'm going to be asking myself, okay, how can I be selfless? And where am I being selfish? Or where am I thinking too much of myself? How can I think of others? How can I help others to think of others? Because sometimes it is the promoting of love and brotherhood. Sometimes our role is to help others see a different perspective, and to see that everyone either is not against them, or that I would say everyone here wants you to succeed. Everyone here wants to be part of and wants you to be part of the solution. So anyone that has come to this group setting, they want to be part of the solution. Let's start there. Let's not start with they just want to disrupt. Let's start with they want to be part of the solution. Okay, so then the next day we have Thursday the 24th. And then that's when we start the week over again. So in numerology, the numbers go from 1 to 9. And then once you get to 9, you start at 1 again. So Thursday is the beginning of a new numerology week. I like that. Thursdays are one of my favorite days of the week. I won't go into that. So count it across again. You get to 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 days and any kind of ones are all about original thoughts, starting new things, being aggressive. By being aggressive means going after the thing that you want, do new things, start new things, all that kind of stuff. So I may even ask myself, what new thing am I going to start that day? Or am I going to do something that I've always done differently? Which could also be how I relate to others. Am I going to relate to others the same way? Has the way that I have been relating to others working? These are good questions you can ask yourself. I journal a lot, so I'm good now with asking better questions. How can I relate better to others? Or how can I relate in a new way or see this in a new way? Those are all good questions to ask on Thursday. So for Friday is now the 25th, and it's 2 numbers. The month itself is 4 plus 9, which is 13, which is a 4. So each one of these, we could have just counted 4 plus the day. So for this one, 4 plus 25 is an 11. Whenever there's a master number, I like to look at both that number, but then also the 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5. That is a 20, right? So it would be all of those. So when I look at days that are both an 11 and a 2, or 11 and 20, or any of those others, I look at the 11 and then I look at the 2. So for the 11s are all about being a leader, leadership, promoter, shine in public, follow your hunches, kind of like that 7. Advertise if you need to advertise. 11s are 2 plus leadership. So in that way of a 2, that's a good day, whatever's happening on Friday. And I'm going to come back to this when I look at some of the things in the sky. So 2 with leadership, that means be cooperative, peaceful, receptive, collect and analyze details. Once again, I'm in the last day of the operational planning team. So I think about my week ahead, think about what I might encounter, where do I need to be a leader, and where do I also need to be receptive and peaceful of the information that I'm receiving. And so I'm writing a note to myself that, hey, on that day, I may need to pack my patience. On that day, I may need to being a leader doesn't always mean you're the loudest, doesn't always mean it doesn't mean that. Maybe it is I'm able to sit back, take everything in, even be a sounding board for those that need to be there. So I am definitely thinking about that on Friday. And like I said, there's some other things I saw where I'm like, hey, on Friday, we probably need to pack our patience. And I'll give you guys some advice on that in a minute. Saturday is the 26th. So you can do 4 plus 2 plus 6 or 4 plus 2 plus 6 and then do the 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5. So for that one, that is a 12. I call it a mirror image day because 4 plus 2 plus 6 is 12. And then when you count across, it's 21. So 12, 21, those are a mirror image of each other. And so it's, yes, about entertainment, being happy, expressing self, creatively mingling society, all that kind of stuff. But 12s and 21s, 12 is the difference between victimization and the freedom to be yourself. That's the 21, as in truth will set you free. And so that's another good, so like I said, at the end of the week, I'm getting things of peaceful, receptive leader. I'm also getting, make sure you're in that, am I a victim or is truth setting me free, right? That's what I'm getting toward the end of the week, all right? So I want to look at a few things that are in the sky. I'm not going to look at everything. That's a whole different broadcast. I think that's going to be more of what I start doing on the other channel with Healthy Clarity. But there's 3 things that I wanted to look at, and they all deal with Pluto this week. Pluto as an archetype. And when it comes to, I look at everything through the lens of psychology. So Pluto is all about death, birth, resurrections, transformations. That's what Pluto is about. We have 3, when I say we, that means that whatever I'm seeing is mundane, as in everyone is dealing with it. It's not natal, which means it's not in your own personal chart. Everyone's dealing with it. So there are 3 this week. And they start off easy and go to hard, basically. As in a hard aspect. All the planets have relationships with each other. And as they rotate, they aspect each other. So on today, we have Mercury in Aries, so communication is very direct communication. You're able to hear, you're able to speak it, you're able to say it. Sextile, which is cooperating with Pluto. Pluto is, like I said, death, birth, all that kind of stuff. In Aquarius can be aloof sometimes, can be kind of distant, can be kind of okay, but also wanting to take care of the community and everyone that's around. So that is a love of mystery, for example. Love of mystery. Desire to solve difficult problems and puzzles, interested in the deep and penetrating subjects, psychology, hearing, regeneration. I think it's interesting that that's happening today on, and I can do a comparison. This is the day of Resurrection Sunday. A lot of us say the day of Resurrection Sunday. And this is an aspect of regeneration. And so a good question to ask yourself with this one is, what is regenerating in your life? Is it what you want, for one thing? As you've done deep, introspection into the deep penetrating subjects, what has come up? Is it healing? And if it's not healing, are you going to stop doing it? Because that's definitely Pluto. Pluto's like, quit doing that. Why are you doing that? If you're not going to stop doing it, I'm going to make it hard for you to continue. Okay, so now I'm going to skip ahead. We got some other things, but I'm going to skip ahead because on the 23rd, which is Wednesday, the day where we're working on being selfless, expressing talents, promoting love and brotherhood, on that day we have the sun, which by now is in Taurus. Taurus is Earth. Taurus is very, hey, let's get things done. Not in a pushy way, but like one step at a time, get things done. And it's challenging Pluto and Aquarius. So I am going to actually read from a book, but basically, this is what I wrote. It could be a testing day. So that day where you're trying to be selfless and promote love and brotherhood, that is saying it could be a testing day. Radical changes are possible. Let go of old patterns. And it could be old patterns of dealing with others. So the whole promoting love and brotherhood, I put these together with the numerology. This, as far as the numerology goes, this is at 3 degrees. We look through the lens of numerology. So 3, 6, and 9 are in the creation triad. They go together. So this is at 3 degrees on a day that is a 9 day. And so this can be very creative, but on the other side of creativity is destruction. So I would tell you, don't let it be destructive. Be in control of your day, be in control of who you are, be in control of your urges, all that kind of stuff. So radical change is possible. What kind of change will you allow it to be? Let go of old patterns of behavior that do not serve. I kind of said that earlier. So if you're promoting love and brotherhood, what is not promoting love and brotherhood, let it go. If not, it's going to get harder. So now the hardest one that we have this week is on Saturday. So like I said, on Friday, I'm getting a lot of be the leader through being receptive, following hunches. You may need to collect and analyze details. This is not the leader that's loud. This is the leader that's quiet and taking in everything that they need to hear. So on the next day, and what happens is things build as they get to the actual, hey, this is the day that it happens, they build. So Friday would be a build-up day. So as we get to Saturday, then we get to for this one, this is Mars. Mars is all about action. Mars is that masculine energy that's like go after it, be assertive, but it's in Leo. Leo is creative, generous, right? So imagine being assertive yet creative and generous. What would that look like? I think that could be the best. I actually think the best first. I don't think the worst first. I think the best first. And it's opposing. Opposing means balancing, integrating Pluto, that death, birth, rebirth, transformation in Aquarius. So that's one way to put that in a whole sentence. But may meet resistance in efforts to affect and transform others. Interpersonal challenges. So what that really means is, and kind of like I said, like, hey, I'll tell you to pack your patience this week, especially toward the end of the week. Pack your patience and think out at all times, how can I be the best version of me in whatever it is that's going on? I don't know what's going to happen, whatever it is that's going on. So Mars opposite Pluto, and this is from the great Robert Hand. This will be the only thing I read to y'all, then we're going to go. At this time, your efforts to affect others and to transform conditions around you may meet with considerable resistance. May, like I said, you get to control your life and your day. Nevertheless, you strive to get ahead and are prepared to work hard, which is Mars. Mars is all about working hard. You may need to go to the gym that day. This transit can represent the culmination of successful effort. I'm trying to receive that, y'all, because by Saturday, it'll be the end of our 3rd education operational planning team at work, okay? So I'm trying to hear all of that, like the culmination of successful effort, or everything has a flip side, or It can be a time when the opposition becomes so fierce that you have to give up, right? And so I'll tell you, if you're in that way where you have to give up, know that you're not failing. You're not a failure, right? You at least noticed it ahead of time. This transit is a powerful sign of severe interpersonal power struggles. Can be, right? Can be, maybe. The chief danger is that either you or your opponent in a struggle will act with absolutely no regard for ethics or for the other person's feelings and situations. If this happens, remember, the leader is not always the loudest. Sometimes you need to step back, be patient, be quiet. If you are a praying person, that's a good day to pray for patience, right? And to pray, okay, help me see what I cannot see. Help me get this big perspective of this situation so that I could turn this situation into an opportunity, right? Those are some things to really think about as we get to the end of the week. The combination acts ruthlessly and relentlessly. I will tell you, if you're dealing with ruthlessly and relentlessly, it's also okay to get out of the way, right? Let that, whatever that is, let that work itself out. Get out the way. You can, of course, do something about your own actions, right? The only person you can do anything about is yourself. And like I said, sometimes you got to just move out the way. If they doing all that, just move on out the way. The best course of action is to make your position as secure as possible and enlist the aid of as many people as you can. Resist the temptation to go after it alone. You are not alone. Don't be alone, because that would bring out the negative side of the transit. We want the positive side. The positive side is that this is a culmination of a successful event, right? And that's what I'm calling on. This is the culmination of I'm going to go ahead and write that in my book. This is the culmination of a successful event. And that's really the only way that I want to see that. If you are tempted to try to gain control over others, which is also the other side of Pluto, control and being in control situations, be very careful. Eventually, you might find yourself opposed by everyone who you've ever tried to rule. Don't rule over everyone. We should be working together at this point. Nevertheless, your energies are high under this transit, and you should express them by making creative and positive changes in your life. And with that, that's what I'm going to end with. I'm going to end with any week and any day can be as high or as low as you allow it to be, or as high or as low as you allow it to, allow to make it, right? And so toward the end of the week, I'm going to tell you, you may have to work a little harder, possibly to be on the high side, but, step back, be quiet, pray if you need to, and work to be on the high side of all the things that are happening. And then celebrate. If this is the culmination of success over, I'm going to say 3, 4, 5, 20, 25 years, celebrate, even if it's a small celebration. So like I said, celebrate. You can celebrate by getting your mom some Arbonne stuff or yourself. And hopefully you don't have the same cough that I do that needs to go away. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I hope that you are blessed and highly favored. And I hope that you had a wonderful day today. Let me know if you have any questions about Arbonne or about numerology or any of the other stuff. We can talk about it, and let's talk about these products, and I want you to be healthy. So once again, 536 show, healthy drinks and numbers to help you think. Let me know what help you need in either way, drinks or numbers, thinks. Talk to you later. Bye.